Everybody, Brian here. In this video I want to show you this car. So this is a Honda Civic 1 litre and it's a VTEC turbo. So we'll start off, we'll go for a quick drive in the car, and then basically when we get back we'll go around some of the features on the outside and the inside of the car that I like. So this is the car we would have sold originally brand new. It's got a full dealer service history from the garage here. And what's important on this one is it's just had a timing belt done. So on these cars, they are a 1 litre VTEC turbo. They do run a timing belt setup. So every 6 years or 120,000 kilometers, the timing belt needs to be changed on them. It is over €1,000. So if you are looking at buying one of this kind of year or mileage, it's really important to get done. If you haven't got it done, but if you are buying one, you'd expect to have it done because it is an expensive job. And once it's done, then that means you've cleared driving again for another 6 years. I always like driving these cars because they're kind of low to the ground, so you get that kind of sporty sort of feeling from the car. But it's good visibility, like the windows are big and the door mirrors are big. The gearbox is lovely. Now, if you go back to any of the reviews on these over the last 6-7 years that they've been out, every motoring journalist will usually recommend or state, I suppose, that they quite liked interacting with this 6-speed manual gearbox on them. It just felt kind of sure and precise and nice to use. Anyway, you'll see yourself if you come drive it. The car is easy to manoeuvre in terms of doing something like a 3-point turn here, like we were saying, or sorry, like what we will see, front and rear sensors, and then a big camera as well. It's not a difficult car to manoeuvre, and there's good power. Like, it's 124 horsepower, 1 litre VTEC turbo, 124 horsepower. It's kind of a torquey engine, and there's a nice kind of thump off it when you're driving it. There's like a nice engine tone almost. And it's reasonably fuel efficient. You'd average kind of, I suppose, 6.5 litres per 100 kilometres, something along those lines. And in terms of servicing then, they do require an oil change every about 9 or 10,000 kilometres just to keep the engine running properly. But overall, a nice car to drive, but look, don't take my word for it, come try it yourself. Anyway, they drive good. Sorry, this area, I know it looks absolutely horrible, overgrown weeds and a truck that actually hasn't been driven in 2 years. It's just the only area I can get without super direct sunlight this morning. So, things I like on these cars in terms of the front. When they came out first, 2017, they were just like nothing else that was on the road in terms of the shape. They were kind of really distinctive looking. The person that bought this lives about 3 to 4 minutes from the garage. Full service history. He was a bus driver in Dublin Bus, and so he was up and down from Kildare to Dublin maybe every 4 to 5 days, or 4 to 5 days a week, I guess. So like we're saying, kept full service history with us. But it's nice and tidy. The body's good, the wheels are in decent condition, the interior's in good condition. So it's a nice tidy example in my opinion. Actual kind of features I really liked in these when they came out. I love these kind of LEDs, kind of harder to see now because it's bright this morning, but when you're driving behind them at night time, it just gives it a really kind of sporty, distinctive look. There was 2 spoilers. So up here, colour coded, black one down through there, and that kind of matches all the black that you see along through there as well. But it channels air down off the rear of the car in an aerodynamic fashion, the big kind of black grille. So a lot of this car, black and grey. These are a diamond cut wheel, but a darker diamond cut, so they're sort of shiny and reflective. So at night time, or when artificial light or the sun shines on them, they look pretty cool. The boot is massive. If you've watched any of these videos before, you'll know then we had 4 Honda Civics in the house until only last year. In a row, we had a 18, a 19, a 20 and a 21. One thing that Aidan did on this car, he actually got a spare wheel as well, which they don't normally come with. So that is a handy little bonus because that's not the standard feature on them. This is the tray that goes across. Some people used to think it was flimsy until the first time I went on holidays in one, and then I realised why it's like that. Very handy. And the main reason we bought one then was massive space in the back for things like buggies and stuff like that, but then super flexible when you wanted to drop down the seating as well. And you got like a nice flat load area, so they were very, very pragmatic. A car that you wouldn't think, you think is kind of designed in a kind of some sort of mad lines and things like that to make it cool looking, but a lot of it is ergonomics. Things like the parcel cover, some of it's here, but actually some of it's built into the back window as well. Just, well thought out stuff. So I suppose with a lot of cars these days, you'll be spoiled for choice in well, there will be a lot of vehicles for sale that will match your kind of search criteria. If this is one of them, like we're saying to you, I think it's super important to get one with a really good history and the time belt on. Rear parking sensors, they make noise obviously when you go backwards. There's also a rear camera, we'll see that in a sec. 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts, Isofix, and we've had child seats in the back of these, and they're fairly straightforward and easy to use, but they're covered as well when you don't need them, so it's kind of neat looking. On the back windows then, aluminium trim, electrics for windows, door handle along through here, tweeter up here, speaker down through there. So you got 2 audio sources in each door, and then privacy glass on the rear. So this was the mid-spec Smart Plus, so you got bigger wheels, tinted glass on the back, You also got things like front fog lights. The headlights are automatic, so they come on at night, but they also dip when you meet traffic, which I think looks really nice. And then the shape of these cars, again, like we're saying to you, when you see one driving behind you, like, they're just a cool looking shape. They're really sort of aggressive and just like nothing else. And a simple thing, I always like those side markers. It's a real kind of American or Scandinavian style on the car, but I just like them. I don't see them on the new ones, unfortunately, but when you look down the side of the car, it just kind of catches your eye line. It sort of just accentuates the kind of length of the car. Yeah, I know I'm talking a bit of rubbish there, but I just thought they were a nice feature for something simple. A couple of things on the key. That car's been there for a while for a reason. Actually, we're still trying to figure out something to do with the ownership. It's kind of nothing to do with us. It just landed here, and it's meant to be gone out of here a long time ago, but there's something to do with figuring out the previous owner anyway. Headlights are automatic, so they can come on or turn off when you lock or unlock the key. And then the other thing is I can control the windows, especially when the weather's kind of warm. If you want to get some of that warm air out before you get into the car, pretty rare in Ireland. Or lock it, more to the point when it starts raining in Ireland, that's very common. And then the door mirrors also retract as well from the key. Okay, so back into the cabin where we were. Electrics for windows and mirrors, more tweeters and speakers. Beeping is just telling me that I've left the lights on, in this case. And then after that, that is the material you're going to have in the seats. Seats are in really nice condition. Like, the car is really, really tidy throughout. So it's a nice, genuine, I don't know, I haven't been looking around the market, so I don't know, maybe there is loads of really tidy, genuine ones out there, I don't know. But just for me, I look at a lot of cars, we've sold tons of these over the years. I know a car when I sit into it where I'm looking at it going, everything is nice and tidy and it's had an easy life. Controls in there, lane departure warning, which warns if you drift out of lane, parking sensors, front is rear. So like we said, we have parking sensors on the rear, but they're also on the front. One important thing, if you get into your 40s like me, or maybe after or before, lumbar support for lower back for the driver, so it hardens up the back part of the seat. Obviously that's height adjustable, that's rake reach, so it goes in and out and up and down as well. A couple of quick views on the controls here, so we'll just start it up. Okay. Wipers are automated, so they come on when it rains. Lights, we were saying, they come on when it gets dark and they dip themselves. Over here then is cruise control, which you can also tell the car how far to keep you from the car in front automatically. We saw there's a lane departure warning, which warns if you drift out of your lane, but this one here actually tries to keep you dead center of the lane. So it's kind of two things that do similar things, but in another way they're kind of different features. Trip computer, average speed, fuel efficiency, all that kind of stuff is in through there. Handbrake, gearbox is lovely, we saw when we drove the car. USB, HDMI, so Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is the main thing that people use in through there. Then there's another USB in through there, but like even small things, like we normally clean cars when they come in, fine, but there's little nooks and crannies sometimes where I see, you know, lads might have just missed a corner here and there. Like, this car is just he cleaned it himself a lot. The lads had an easy time cleaning it. Right, so driver, passenger heating, different temperatures on each side, climate, touch and swipe, and then back in here, so things like reverse camera with parking sensors we talked about, dynamic guidelines, so they tell you what direction you're moving. And then after that, you'll also get things like navigation, but you're going to use probably Google Maps from Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. That's touch and swipe. So all the usual controls for radio and Bluetooth and things like that there. And naturally, they're always a safe car as well. So lots of features we saw about lane keeping and keeping it from the car in front. And if someone ran out in front of you or a car stops in front of you and you have to touch the brake pedal, it'll try and stop you under 30 kilometers an hour if you haven't reacted. And obviously things, side curtain, front airbags, and then side impact protection beam. So very, very safe car overall. But nice sporty car and something different. Like, there's just gazillions of Focuses, great car, gazillions of Golfs, great car. They're all lovely cars, they all look really well, but it's nice to have something just a little bit different where you look at it and you kind of go, if I look at these on the road, I look and I look again. Now, I'm interested in the cars, but they are a bit different, they're kind of cool looking. Anyway, if you want more information on this car, we will supply the car with 12 months warranty as well. And an NCT done, and it's had a big service done as well. So 086 843 1945, call, text, WhatsApp, financing, scrapping car, trading car, whatever you want to know. I'll be happy to run through the information, or if you're watching on YouTube and I missed something, let me know in the comments section below. Hopefully the car is of interest. So I suppose if you're looking for something well prepared, nice tidy history, genuine car all the way through, this is definitely worth looking at. Thanks for watching.